And we're back.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
2.1.
2.1.
let's get fancy.
I would bet too. It's cheaper.
No,
Like a rope.
Fold.
Kind of high
This is one of the raises.
yep.
Rough raise.
Shove. Love shove.
This might be a rip.
What's the depth? 25?
Yeah,
15.
No, it's just a call.
it's 25 bigs, right?
No, 15.
25.
All blind?
Where do you see 15?
The opener is 15 or not?
No, the opener is
Oh,
50.
what?
54.
Yeah, okay.
You're in the small blind.
Same thing.
Alright,
We're in the
Small
small
blind.
blind.
JL,
You're in the small blind.
or LP, we're small
Yeah,
blind.
it was a big blind.
Yeah, that's the point.
I 3-bet that hand too much.
There you
Yeah.
go. There it is.
I knew it had some raising in it.
I figured it had some rips.
Yeah,
Alright, maybe I don't 3-bet it too much. Okay, I had the wrong position.
oh, we should go all in here. Don't have much calls.
Well, wasn't it a mix?
No,
Was a
Not at
mix.
25.
Oh, no, it's, you're right, you're right.
I mean, it mostly goes all in, 100% at 20, to about hit 50% at.
We-
Yeah, I think it's a mix
25,
of 20, 23,
so
right?
close.
But we started at. We started at like 24, right?
Yeah.
20%.
I think it's a mix.
okay, so flop,
Is a mix.
no,
No?
Does the JL chart show
maybe.
the equity difference in the actions?
No.
it does not.
Here, give me a sec.
Well, isn't it by definition the same EV if it's a mix?
No,
No, not necessarily.
Sometimes
With the
you make
exception
plays
of,
that are.
rounding
legit.
errors, isn't, I thought,
Yeah, I
I thought
think
that
that's
was the
true.
definition of a mix. Does it have
Yeah,
the
that's
same?
true.
EV?
Mixing is
No,
made
no.
most of the time close.
So let's say, okay, so what was the opener's position, just for fun?
hijack.
Hijack versus
Hijack.
small blind 20, 25.
20? Okay.
25.
25. So we'll do 25 hijack versus small blind. Okay, so at 25, small blind is pretty indifferent across the board with its action here. So it's like half of the time it's jamming. Almost half of the time it's, so 50% jam, 41% call and 9% not all in bet. But the EVs are split here, so it doesn't really matter too much what you do.
When you say split, they're mean they're the same, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're equally distributed. So kind of like my idea with this stuff is like, these EVs are kind of constructed by like the, GTO opening ranges. So, I kind of start thinking like, if the opener's missing some of like the, GTO opening ranges, how does that maybe affect the equity? Like, would you think it would make it, if his,
You
let's
jam
just say
less.
he's tighter, so he's missing some of the frenzy spots. Let's say I'm opening, cuz I
So you
miss the
lose
frenzy
fold
spots.
equity.
And calling is worse, I think.
I would think calling's better personally.
me
just
too.
Because
Yeah.
you're showing up in a more linear range, right? It's more top heavy, so you're losing fold equity kind of.
Right.
Well, and this is kind of where I think
Depends,
ICM comes into play. I mean, if you have a split, isn't sometimes taking the more conservative or or the one that's gonna put your tournament life at risk less frequently better if
mean,
it's just complete split? Because
See, that's a good question. I don't really know the answer for that. I know how I respond. I respond in that way. Now, if that's like the optimal way to do things, I don't know, but that's what I do.
If the guy's
Yeah.
VPip it too much, you have more fold equity. It makes it more probably.
well, that's different. So there's competing forces, but if he's,
Depends on
if
the
he's doing
calling
it,
range and not on the V-pipping range.
I'm
yeah, I
just
mean, if you
thinking
think he's
like,
V-pipping too
Both.
much, then
He's
over
raising
jamming.
first in too much.
right, so if he's opening too wide, I think the equity shifts in favor of aggression, so.
9
Yeah.
o'clock.
Polarized aggression.
So- Right,
If he
I think
doesn't
when,
call,
like,
if he calls white, not
when you look
calling.
at these GTO pre-flop charts, I think it's kind of important to kind of like investigate some of this stuff than just, saying, okay, well, I've got ace five suited. I know ace five suited just jams in these spots. When actually like it may be pretty close to a call. And in some spots, calling may be better or vice versa.
Well, and again, so we talked about two attributes. One attribute is, you're laddering a little bit, or you're in an ICM situation. That would be tension towards going to the flat, to the call. And the other situation is he's V-pipping too much, which would be pressure going towards the bet or the jam.
I
And
don't think
so,
that's always true, because
ICM, it might just be a fold.
if it's ICM situation, then
well,
he's
I'm
the
talking about a
biggest
light, I'll
he's the
use the word
biggest
light
stack.
ICM situation.
Josh.
Like,
He's the
Yeah.
biggest stack, so you have more risk premium. He can
Right.
bully you.
See, I agree with that analysis pretty well. Like, like that's kind of how I would approach it. Like, I still try to mix the spots, right? So, maybe I'm doing 20% jamming with ace five suited when it would say it's 50%, depending on like the opener. If I think he's finding all the marginal spots or if he's just like, nut peddling over there.
You have to adapt to the player indeed. That I agree. If you think he is
Yeah.
calls too much three bets, then
Alright, so
Or
what was
play.
the EV difference for ace five?
So for this spot, assuming that their range is balanced as it should be, it's the same. So
Oh,
jamming's the same as calling as the same as non all in three betting.
yeah,
Okay.
and can we slow down on that point for a second? Because you guys are saying something that's confusing me. I thought that absent the slight inaccuracies of all of these solvers, because you don't run them forever, that's the definition. When you get a mix, the EV should be the same. What am I missing?
So,
most of the time, yes.
yeah, a lot of the time that is correct.
I
but
know
that's not all the time.
computational differences.
the reason why we
balance-
wanna look at it,
balance.
Josh, is that sometimes we get on a spot where it's mixing, but if we look at the actual numbers, nothing is winning. Right?
Right.
Or like EVs are negative and it's like just balancing the range. So if it's one
Yeah,
of these
sometimes it's
spots, we'd
balanced.
like to know.
Yeah, sometimes we
Yeah,
put
well-
chips in that are losing just to have board coverage.
Yeah,
this is
so
not
it's-
a,
Ranges blindly.
at least the
I
ranges I'm
thought
looking at, this is not one of those
that
spots.
if you're looking at a box and they have a mix in a specific box, like ace five suited, that the EV of ace five suited as a jam or as a flat, in this case, would be the exact same. And the only difference would be just that the fact that the computation is slightly, it's not complete because you didn't run it for 20 days or whatever. I mean,
Well, that's
there's
not 100% true. Like it's a solver's playing against a solver in all of these spots. So it's trying to just make sure it's balanced in its non all in three betting range, its jamming range and its calling range. It just wants to be equally represented. That's why you see like for this, for instance, this hand is jamming half of the time as opposed to not all in raising 9% of the time, even though the EVs are the same. It's just trying to balance across the board. I mean, a lot of the time when you do see like when it does give you all the options, the EVs are very, very similar, if not the same, but it's just not always the case.
okay,
Yeah,
I thought it was,
tries
I thought
to
it was
do
always the case.
hands that are have the same IV if it mixes. It tries to do that. Huh?
Yeah, that's what, and the reason, and when it mixes,
If you
the
can't find
proportions
those,
give you the
still
balance
balance,
that,
you
that,
can manage it. I
yeah,
think most of
that-
the time you're right.
It's a safe assumption if you see like all the actions at some frequency that you could assume that the EVs are almost identical.
And this is kind of where I go back to Brokos's books, where he says, okay, so when you have these mix, what maybe makes you do something fully is the player, right? So that's where we go to, he's over V-pipping, so going to the polarized range,
If
i.e.
the
the bet.
EPs are the same, if EVs are the same, you use your game sense.
Yeah, you
But
play the
yes,
player.
you do definitely always look at the EVs in every strategy. Because sometimes they're the same. And sometimes they're way different.
Most of the times they are the same if it's mixes.
All right,
Yeah, if it's
thanks.
mixing,
Way
that just
different?
means.
Never.
Well, the thing I see, it's like sometimes you see people just, taking ace five suited, like full frequency every time they have it versus a 3-bet, using it as like a 4-bet jam. And I mean, depending on the situation, the stakes and some other factors like that, you could just be lighting a lot of money on fire, taking those bluffs kind of thing. Cause you don't
Well,
need
so
to,
like, again, if you're playing against a really good player or a player who can figure it out, mixing, using like a randomizer or something like that might make sense. But when you're playing against a player that you feel like you understand, leveraging your understanding of that player is probably the better way to go.
that's,
in this
that's
case.
eloquently, yeah, that's eloquently said. I think so.
If I could only implement what I just said, that would be great.
What do you guys
We
think
have
about the
ways
bet here? I think it's pretty good. After the flop goes check, check, we wanna bet with some of our fives here.
Why do we
I
not have
think,
ace five? Oh,
I
are
think
you,
the
are you,
check
did you
back-
run this at 20 big blinds?
This is at 20 and because we should be going all in a lot.
Right, right.
So,
No, well, you had
Why are
cutoff,
we looking at
Louis.
20 to not
Against
25?
hijack, it doesn't go all in all the time. It's a mix. I'm pretty sure.
It's the sim.
20 is
20
100%.
big. He doesn't have the 25 sim, Chris.
Oh,
What's
that's, why.
that?
We didn't sim the
This is
25.
20.
Oh, he did 20, okay.
so instead of looking at this ace five, we have slivers of
Yeah.
king five. I think it's very much the same hand here. A five with a good kicker. So
Yeah.
the five with a good
Bet
kicker
some
on
of
the turn, after it goes check, check, it likes
Yeah,
to
it's a
bet a
bet.
little bit. So
Yeah, betting's fine.
I think
Betting's
when
fine.
Joe
yeah.
bets here, it's.
Yeah.
really-
And so Louis, what's the purpose? So I agree with that, but what's the purpose of that bet? Is it to fold out equity? Is it to give value? What is it?
How do
Fold
you
that
action.
construct your, how do you construct?
All
your
of the
range
above.
When the flop goes check, check?
Value, protection, and denying equity.
So it's simple for me. Whenever the one street goes check, check, I'm gonna look at betting the turn. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna look at, like, say, for example, my best answer. My best hands would bet big. My worst hands would bet small. All my second pairs are betting small.
Yeah, I like that strategy.
Yeah, Louis is correct. Like, he's capped when he checks back. So when it pairs the 4 here, he shouldn't have a ton of 4s. You have a pretty good hand to get some value and like fold out some better hands or get value from, like, if he's got like ace king or something, like.
Yeah, you can
You get pretty
stack
good
him
value.
after
You're
this
never,
one.
you're not gonna fold out any better hands though.
No, no.
We're
but-
just looking at how do we construct our range after one street goes
Yeah.
check, check, because we wanna
Yeah.
get paid with some of our hands.
Yeah.
So that's, I see it very often, like button versus big blind, when the button checks back. We're gonna lead some turns. This is
Yeah.
the same kind of motion.
Yeah, and that's what
Yeah.
I was asking. Like, I understand. So I was kind of asking when you do that, but once you put it in your blind, in the range, you're asking, what are you, of the three things, what are you trying to do? And are you
Deny
folding out
equity.
better, getting calls from worse, and are you just getting rid of equity?
We get called by a size. We
You get called by worse?
It's for
You get called by
value.
worse, yeah.
And
Say we
equity
bet small,
folds.
look at this. He's
All of the above.
folding, he's never folding an ace.
Right. There's
The other way I
difference
look at
value.
this is,
He's
once he
also
checks,
calling
Go
more
ahead.
fives. Sorry.
no, I'm sorry. Once he checks, your second pair goes up in value.
Yeah,
He has less tens.
it goes from like weak end to very, very thin value hand.
Yeah, I call it the lower end of your strong.
I actually like that. I'm gonna
Write that down.
write that down.
Louis, I have one question for you. Why do you have two 10-5-4 rainbow flops in there? You're solving the same flops twice.
Say that again.
Well, when you looked up the different flops, PO, I think there were two 10-5-4 rainbows.
Probably there was one suited one.
You wanna look at the other one?
No, but I don't get why there is.
I don't get.
You're
your
wasting
question.
computer power. Well, look up 10-5-4.
Oh my God. 10,
I think they
5, 4.
both were rainbow.
I think it was maybe it was a mistake or maybe you misread it.
It's okay, Ock.
I think you misread it.
You're just picking on him now.
One
he
has a
knows this
flush
bit.
draw,
Okay.
one is a
Okay, you
rainbow.
need to glass.
Sorry,
half.
Louis, my apologies.
Thank you for your concern, Og.
Just trying to help.
I'm just afraid when you run those computers, you might send out the power grid in the northeast of the United States and we'd all get blacked out.
No, it's good. I ran a lot of them when I was at home in Canada with my computer shop. So I used a lot of computers to do it. It's the truth. So I was solving, all my computers could do 2 scripts at the same time. And I had 3 of them. But it's actually, it's a lot of work setting up, day and night, because
No,
as
no
soon as
kidding.
one finishes, you want to make sure it has it's starting again. But when you have 6 of them day and night, it's fun. So it was a nice challenge
I'm impressed.
Oof.
because it's like day and night kind of thing. I used to wake up at night to like run Sims. And then I would stay up for 20 minutes and then go back to bed.
Fold,
What are we supposed to do here?
fold,
Really?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree. What about ace queen?
Call.
I think
Ace
ace queen
queen
is a
should be,
fold.
three betting a lot.
Yeah, we should have
Right.
threw that. the ace
No,
queen.
it's not 3-betting a lot. I don't know
Middle
why,
position
but I mean, what are your 3 bets here from a button?
We're
Middle
talking
position
about, do we
versus-
call the jam here with ace queen off? Say we flat, because if we have a 3-bet with ace queen off, we also have flat. with it.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think you do have
call,
to call.
call off ace queen.
Call off ace queen. I think we fold ace queen for 30.
I think ace queen suited.
It's too
You guys are
expensive.
mad,
Okay,
mad.
But that's just a guess.
That's pretty close.
Well, from pre-flop ninja, no,
What are we at, 25 points?
2.2. Allow flat, the 3-bet is all in, allow flat. Thank you.
What's a 3-way?
I'm more confident that the ace jack folds than I am that the ace queen calls.
I mean, the thing is, he's jamming into 2
Correct.
players, so he's probably
Yeah.
pretty strong.
He
Mhm.
is.
For 30, I think ace queen, the only thing like button versus big blind, we're gonna call kind of wider. But here, like for 30,
This
it's
isn't.
too expensive, I think.
Cause he's jamming into a low
We'll
jack. range.
say open,
Jamming into low jack indeed.
and then we call. Cause our hand is in the calling range, it looks like it is, and then, oh, it's gonna be at the top of the calling range, that's not good. And then Mr. Testify goes all in. Ooh. Then we are calling off with. We don't have a single hand that is gonna make money here.
Nines.
So let's edit this a little bit. Let's see, does he jam like 40 big blinds with jack 6 suited?
No,
I would like
That's
to,
insane.
so it's gonna be 2.5. So select by edge, 2.5.
Pre-flop ninja calls with ace queen off.
I doubt it.
Okay.
It does,
I do not believe you.
but it's 30 big blinds effective, so that's not really exactly this hand, but
Alright, let's
it's even calling
rerun it.
king queen, it's even calling king queen suited.
45 million.
What position was the opener? In the
ace
flat?
jack call.
The
No.
opener
no,
is
That's him.
the 3rd player in the
It's-
hand, so
it's-
something like hijack.
No,
Okay.
one before hijack. Low jack.
Button cutoff, hijack, low jack. Alright, and we are calling with ace queen
Yay.
and folding with ace jack.
What is the range of the big blind?
Ace queen and 6-6 are the only things we call?
Yeah. Ace
You know,
queen,
I ran into this a bunch last night. Why are 6-6 calling and 7-7 folding?
Well, look
Blocker
more,
effect.
why 9-9?
Yeah, why does it do that?
Oh, here, We don't have.
What
to
is
seven,
this?
seven.
Why is everything green?
I think it has something to do with domination in that the ace five and ace six frequently are in these play them differently ranges. But I'm guessing, you know, I mean, I think that's where the distinction comes in, is that the computer's picking up a small difference in how the ace five, ace seven suited and ace eight are playing.
I was studying last night and I saw it a couple times. Well, what the hell's it doing?
Yes, but sixes.
You can see like in that case,
case,
like a pocket eights might have a problem where pocket sixes wouldn't because the ace eight was playing.
Yeah, I guess. we
sixes
need
was
to
only
attach
plus
this one
point
because
0.4.
Joe is never gonna flat call with king nine off or. That's some part of this strategy is never happening. Like ace five off is never calling here, right? From Joe's seat, ace five off. From
Yeah.
the button.
Oh, of course not.
So there's a plenty of like, yeah, we need to edit this. What do we think the calling range is? Not gonna be aces, not gonna be kings, not gonna be jacks. Ace king, I doubt it.
Flatting,
Uh,
right?
Probably some suited tens, possibly some suited nines.
Oh, man,
Oh, 10-9 suited, that's Gallen's favorite hand, by the way.
man.
Suited, yeah, I guess suited aces all play.
All of them?
Queen jack suit, there you go.
Honestly, I think that's gonna be Joe's calling range, right? Exactly this. Maybe not even ace ten. Maybe he mixes with ace ten, three bets and calls. Maybe he mixes with king, queen off, three bets and calls. I think that's a good strategy. Maybe he has some of this. Right, so. From this
King,
on.
queen on off. Yeah. Twos are actually a fold there. Queen jack offsuit is a raise. The Chris hand three bets there. Can you believe that, Louis?
I can't. No, he wants to call with it. I don't wanna look at it.
It's a raise, 100% raise.
So we call.
I would never.
FFI goes all in with this range. And then we are calling down with. See now ace queen off is folding. That's what I thought. And if we
When you
look
put-
at the pure range here. Like 30 big blinds. Button versus three bet all in. From the big blind, big blind, right?
Yeah, but this is again, this is the big blind playing against a button range, not playing against a low jack range.
If we look at this chart, it's a call, but it feels so bad to call here.
Louis,
Well,
that-
but you're,
Louis,
that's
that's
two
so
ways,
different.
not three ways, right?
No, I know it's not three-way. I'm just looking at this if it was
Yeah.
heads up.
Yeah, but Louis, it's not just the three-wayness. It's also that he's jamming into a low jack opening range, not into a button opening range.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's even worse that he's jamming into two players, but
That's
just
right.
that alone, if you,
Yeah. Like if you did low jack against big blind, would that be?
yeah, but the low jack is then choosing a different set of his range compared to compared to the
Yeah.
button. You
Oh,
can't get
fine
that
to fold
answer
here.
from that chart.
Yeah, fine to fold here. We should call with probably something close to this.
Yeah, ace queen suited, I'd call.
Ace queen suited, tens.
I like
It is weird,
10.
it is weird that the EV on eights is so dramatically different than nines and sevens.
And sevens,
That's weird.
it's sevens is bigger than nines. is bigger.
Just because he has he's jamming pocket eights.
He doesn't
That's
have a
really
lot of.
why.
I think
Because
he's
we
probably
look-
also, jamming like some suited 9x and 10x. stuff,
I just
like
think it's weird. I mean, it looks very strange.
Maybe just 9x.
One, we fold here. Have it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the problem, when we have pocket nines, he doesn't have his, he doesn't have his ace nine. But he didn't have ace six.
Yeah,
What do
you're
you
blocking.
guys
the
do
CS
here?
hand.
Yeah,
Well, when we have more big
Blocking
blinds,
the
we would
bottom
raise.
of his jamming range.
I think we're
Bro,
supposed to defend king too off, but I hate it.
I'm just folding.
I think I'm folding that with the two.
Yeah,
What do you
big and
think is the
little,
best
three and a
play?
quarter.
I think
We had
having a
35 big
two-jack-
I
blinds,
think
we
we're
could
supposed to
raise.
call, but I'm folding.
I
Yeah,
wanna see
this
some
The size removes
ICM
like.
blind versus blind charts. Let's make one. How about that? Let's make one.
HCM is probably a pure easy fold, but a chip EV, I think it's a call. But I'm still folding.
He
Well,
bet three and a quarter. He didn't
I'm,
bet
I'm
two.
guessing that at this point, we're approaching the money bubble. Oh my god.
I'm folding that for three and a quarter.
Say. Alright, seems fair. And the open is gonna be three big blinds. 1, 2.
Hey,
Did you guys play, over Christmas and day after Christmas?
A little bit, not too much.
I found it
really.
much, softer.
yeah, I
Much-
agree. I played
It's
cash. It
well
was much softer.
known.
I played two yesterday, that's it.
Oh, not the cat, I didn't play, I was really foggy, but I did play on Christmas Day night. It was okay.
Was,
Those are small in Vegas for tournaments.
yeah, it was noticeably softer.
Yeah, my friend got like really bad variance, but she had people like three betting with like 7-3 offsuit. She was posting it. She's like, what the heck is going on? Like, it's every drunk Christmas people.
Yep.
Although
Yeah.
you're gonna have more variance in a softer game, but it's gonna be actually less variance, but more like weird bad beats.
Yeah,
But it's gonna be more money, less variance, but more weird bad beats.
Yeah.
But
So-
but yeah, people are the holiday, they're just lonely, there's no family. I'm pretty sure like New Year's is also gonna be soft.
Toe said the holidays is where he makes the most money because people get drunk and play.
Yep.
We're talking about that Thursday.
You said we should
Yeah,
all
I
get
was
drunk and
planning to
play on New Year's.
yesterday, but I was
Yeah.
really fogged up.
I
Rip,
would like
rip,
to go all in here. What do you guys?
rip, rip,
Yeah.
rip. Easy rip.
Okay,
And get there.
It helps to get there on the river. Yeah.
All the way back from 10 bigs.
well, flash news, guys. We're gonna win slips here because we run deep. Here,
Fold,
what?
fold.
Yeah, I call.
Really?
Yeah,
Nets,
I think it's.
Go
it could
watch
be a
the
fold
video
or a
with
squeeze.
Faraz from 3 days ago. This is a fold.
it's multi-way. You're in the small blind with king jack off, you just fold.
Fold. Easy fold.
Yeah, I think
agree. I think it's a fold.
you three bet the suited
Probably a
and
fold.
fold
King
the-
jack suited, you squeeze, king jack off, you fold. There's a 20-minute video on this.
On
Also,
poker coaching,
Yep.
Also,
on
you gotta be
YouTube.
tight
It's
to
on
defend
YouTube,
versus this
actually.
squeeze.
I think it was with Jonathan Little and Faraz now.
Yep.
That's
JL
what-
and Faraz. Fold, fold, fold.
I'm gonna check that one out.
how about call?
Fold.
No, call bad. Squeeze or
Oh,
fold.
very bad. Fold.
What?
Small blind versus button and cutoff.
Do you guys not see what I'm looking at?
I
Fold.
see it.
Rest is big blind strategy.
So cutoff opens 40 big blinds, button call,
Yeah,
big blind strategy.
Yes, this
small
is
blind.
for
Big
the small
blinds.
blind, so it's a fold.
This is a fold.
small blind.
blind.
Yeah,
Okay.
small blind strategy. Do you have small blind strategy?
Yeah, it's still a call.
It's a fold.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
want to
know how
jam or
big
suited, you
the
want to
big
jam
that
shoot
was.
suited
Did the
hands.
call according
Yeah, you can, I mean,
Yeah.
calling
call
is
it
not,
off.
it's not bad.
Are we 40 effective?
Yeah. Multi-way, you could just call it off. It's fine.
Fold.
Chris, do you not
You're
see this
Chris.
chart?
You want to
This here
But yeah,
says
you
call.
gotta
go
squeeze the
go watch
jack
the
ten
video
big
again,
blind.
Chris.
Go watch the video, it's a fold.
Where,
Jesus.
So
where,
what's
where's
the,
that
why do you
video?
think this is
It
showing
was lower.
differently, Chris?
Well, the video had different stack depth, so
Yes,
it's
it
like
did.
that
and
was
they had
like
different
80 or
position-
100.
Different positions too, but I
What
don't-
video talking about?
Yeah, where is that video?
it's on
On
YouTube.
YouTube, it has different stack sizes.
Oh, go
At
to
40
Look at
big
this
blind-
setup. We get
Yeah, they
top
were-
pair, this
they were
guy gets
80
the
or 100.
flush.
So I think at
He
60
makes a
big
flush,
blinds.
doesn't get any chips, doesn't make no
it's-
money.
He would have made some if we'd have called.
Lewis, what's it in 80 big blinds? It's a fold, 60 big blinds. It's probably a mix or a fold, but
Yeah,
at
look
40,
at the same spot.
it's okay if we
80.
go broke at 40.
Look at the
or-
same spot, 80 instead of 40.
Cause that's why you gotta
I
know your
would-
stack sizes.
Honestly, I'm
intuition.
also calling at
Still
80.
calling at 60,
I'm calling at 80. Look at
probably
that.
also at 80.
Oh,
probably
so at
also
80,
at,
it just
Wanna see
mixes.
the 60? I'm calling at 60.
Farage said,
Yeah, I think at 60
once you
it's a
play
call.
enough, you'll learn to fold
At
that.
100, it's still a call mostly.
Maybe I'll be good enough to fold this in 10 years, but for
Okay.
now, I'll trust the chart.
Even at bigger stack depth,
So
it's
wait,
still a
did
call.
Farage have an argument, or did we say it goes against the
The
chart?
situation was a little different because it was a hijack open, not a
Yeah, the
cutoff.
cutoff
They-
and button.
That's
That's a little
completely
tighter,
different,
tighter
Chris.
range.
It's completely
Hey, so did Faraz have an argument that, and was he looking, was it a different chart?
No, they weren't looking at charts. He's
Well,
just
different
saying, I
positions,
used to
but
call
it's
this and now I
completely
know to fold it. And that you three bet the suited ones. He said, you gotta squeeze, you're out of position. It's the worst thing in poker against two people. You don't wanna play that.
And this is the,
was
this is,
against
And he's
the
right.
hijack, not the cutoff.
He's right. You gotta flop something. Or you're
Chris,
throwing your
is this
money.
the top tips on three betting video?
Yeah,
I don't
I
think a
saw- I
call
saw
is,
it.
I think a
I-
call makes.
I don't
sense.
remember the name of it, but he's only done one with Faraz. in the
Okay, I
last
got it. Yeah,
Ever,
I'll
so
watch it
that,
later.
that's
Thanks.
the one, but it's.
Hey,
it's,
can you
uh,
put the link in the,
I'll put it in.
Yeah. It was an
So-
interesting one because I used to always call there too, but
King Jack in this case is a lot more stronger than Queen Jack and Queen 10 and stuff like that.
dominated a
10.
lot out of position.
Two pair next hand,
But since the cutoff didn't three bet,
next hand.
then you're only worried about King Queen in terms of being dominated.
But big.
Yeah, size up. He has tens.
Oh no, so what are we gonna do now? That's a pretty bad run out. Not sure if we have the think, oh, it's blind on blind, we still have value.
Like
I
bet.
would- You need
Ace
to
10
bet,
is,
right?
he doesn't
This
have
is
ace.
thin. This is seriously
it?
thin here.
Yeah, I think I would bet like half pot.
And fold to a check raise?
It feels so bad. I don't know what to do. I don't think we get to fold to a check raise.
I would fold to a check raise.
Felt
I'm
like
not
3.5
folding to check
bigs.
raise. I don't wanna bet.
I mean,
You have to fold to a check raise,
you
Ah,
don't have to
Right.
fold.
feels bad. I don't know.
Oh, wait, we're button, or we're closing the action? I'm just checking back.
I
I
think
am
Small
too.
blind, big
I
blind.
am too, and I bet everything thin, but not this.
I don't know. I feel like we need to bet half pot here. Let's see what Joe does.
We have the worst two
Big bad.
pairs, so.
Blind versus blind. It's not like button versus big blind. We're not playing under the gun here. It's the small blind. So
Yeah, but
it's
you
a
don't
value
know,
hand against small
Yeah,
blinds.
but
I'm betting.
we lose the 10.
Well,
He's folding, he's folding so much there.
He calls,
No, he
if he
should
makes
not.
an ace on the river, he calls us, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah, but would he call did
I
we
think
bet
he
that?
calls with a lot of kings as well. King, queen is not folding
Go
to
bet
a
that.
half pot here, right? What is king, queen doing? Hey.
Didn't go bet.
calling.
Blind versus blind, king, queen cannot fold here. Any ace cannot fold. I think I bet half of his stands cannot fold to a half pot here. Maybe get greedy.
Yeah, the tens would fold, I think.
King of 10 can fold.
I think so.
This is a bad hand. I'm pretty sure.
I like raising the worst, I like jack nine, I'll limp, and then this stuff I like to open, It's jack eight, jack seven, jack six. Jack eight, I mix limping and raising, but the jack seven, jack six, I like to raise, jack five.
Well,
I think
12
it's a
is not
fold.
effective.
Oh, wait, in the 12 bigs? No, I don't like it at all.
No, 12, he's got to jam so much.
Yeah, I don't even play it probably. Just limp fold.
Flatting.
Jack six would be just a call.
Yeah, I'm limp folding.
Okay.
I didn't notice that he was so short.
Maybe he has a read that opponent is too tight.
I'm looking at our 40 big blinds and think we're playing 40.
Yeah,
Queen 6 is jamming indeed. So there's no opening.
okay, so just call.
Yep, that's okay.
Yeah, you're deep enough.
Now we fold.
Not fold. Three bet?
Would we have called, if
Sure.
the other guy had folded, would we have called off with the sixes
Yeah,
against 11?
Easy.
Good.
Yeah, it's
So we make it six,
money.
like that, 3x.
Yeah.
On top, he checks, we're gonna see bet. Why do we not see bet here? That's an interesting. I think we should always see bet here.
well, I mean, that flop doesn't connect with the opener's calling range at all.
Fine.
So
So,
maybe
stack
it's
depth is
there.
only 2 SPR.
It's a three bet pot?
Yeah, we can get it all in 2 streets.
I don't mind it. I don't hate a check if he get, if, and give him a chance to start bluffing turn. Or he might actually hit something on the turn.
Yeah, if we bet 8 big blinds on the turn, we'll be able to shove the river.
Okay, so no one agrees with me that this is a C bet, 5 big blind.
I would
No, I
mostly
mean,
see that.
it's,
I would.
I don't mind. Like we're gonna see bet a ton. Obviously, that's the motion, but I don't mind this at all. In this.
Can I find
exact-
one person that wants to bet? Can
In
you,
this
you bet?
exact scenario, I think it's fine.
I want to bet.
Thank you,
I
Pete.
would mostly bet, but I don't mind checking.
Yeah, I want to bet, but I can see why you can check because of the stack size.
I agree.
But I want to bet.
I
I
mean,
want
it's
to check
not,
here.
the
I
set
want to check
size
here if we
isn't
flop
that,
an ace.
it's not that low that, I don't know, what do you, it's an SPR of what, 2.5, 2 and a
We
quarter?
can get it all in 2 streets, easy.
Yeah.
It's 2 1/4 now.
Why make it tough? I mean, if he has pocket
But you see
seven
that
here.
small normally. Yeah.
I agree, Louis. I'm betting.
Alright, thank you.
I
We
joined
want
in on
to
bet.
bet small here. Oh my goodness.
This is good, though.
We
Oh,
induce.
you have to call.
Now we
Call.
have to deal with it. Just call.
Yeah.
So that means he has a read on this guy because he thinks he's gonna spaz. If he checks on the flop and his opponent execute. So Joe is actually a puppet master here.
Gonna jam now, right?
Don't jam. Don't jam.
Oh,
He has no
Capture-
twos.
Don't
Capture
jam.
the.
What are you afraid of?
Hang on.
Straight. He's,
That's-
I'm afraid he's polarized.
You got 4 combos of straight.
he did bet out half pot, Ken. What can he have?
Well, you could have nines, tens, jacks, queens.
That's what you say, 9s. You can have 6s, 5s, 4s, 3s.
He's polarized.
Maybe not threes.
Anyway, I like the call. I'm never raising here.
You can have
Yeah.
7s.
Wow, we capture a full spaz, but the thing is, if we see bet small on the flop and we size up on the turn, we probably get as much action. Maybe we get paid less.
Maybe
but
more because he.
I don't think
he
so.
bluffs into you.
Anyway, I
Maybe he
think
check raises
Joe
or
played
something.
pretty well here because he had a read that he was gonna, if he was.
I guess,
checking
Louis,
back-
do you, I mean, do you really hate the check on the flop, or are you just saying?
I
it's
know, I
not-
don't like it at all. I would always bet it. But if you have a really strong read on your opponent, you know he's gonna spaz off. If like you're playing against me, it's a great check here. Like if I'm the guy who call your three bet here, you wanna check here often because I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, because
The
you're trying to
King,
push him
jack
off
of
eight.
spade there, I'm gonna bet 65% into you if you check on the flop and you miss your C bet. So maybe
Yeah.
it's just like playing well, you know? But I really like to see bet because you win money in this game by betting your best hands. When you don't bet, well, you make less money, you know? And if we look at the
I
nature of
like
his
the
hand,
bet.
like he's gonna call the C bet with like 2 over and a backdoor flush and he's gonna turn equity. So Like when we bet turn, if he's really aggressive, he might even rip on us. No? So,
Yeah, there's a lot of cards that is gonna make him, like, he's gonna call with some hands
Right.
that he's not gonna call if the turn is unfavorable.
yeah, for sure, at least like he captured a great, like 25 big blinds, so. Well played, Joe.
Nice. But I think you can mix that hand too.
No reach, I just value bet.
Yep, keep it simple.
Ace nine beats ace queen, all in pre-flop.
Dang, 54 big blinds. He just had 7.
Limp here,
Yep.
Yeah. okay,
Guy that folded against 2.6, I would bet.
oh my god. You get raised, he puts us in a spot, we have,
Fold.
yeah, this guy's probably, he's not flashy enough. Yeah, good
Fold,
fold.
fold, fold.
And no chips either.
Easy breezy,
Call it off.
touch it,
Hey,
no, no. So we don't lose, we don't win all the flips, look at this, guys, we even lose this one.
And he had those open-ended on the turn.
It's good to time the bad flips correctly. That's a good job.
That's true.
See that small,
Why not one big blind?
I think this
Deeper
texture
stack.
is a lot different. We're deeper and the texture is a lot different.
Yep,
The other texture, the nuts is not gonna change. This texture, the nuts is gonna change.
He does bet.
Might have
a lot
actually been able to
big blinds.
polarize that flop.
I would like to size up here,
yeah.
but we
Those-
Why,
didn't,
we didn't pick
no,
up any
maybe we
equity.
check, maybe we check because we didn't pick up equity.
Yeah, I would
That's
check.
the thing.
Realize equity.
I would check.
So
a lot.
let's actually look it up.
It's a
I
bit,
think it's a good
I
spot
think
to look at.
open-ended straight draws, checking back is good. Gut shots wanna bet.
We might
And-
get to bet larger on that flop with that hand.
I think we're bluffing with
On the turn,
some
straights want to bet.
I'm
no
tempted to
equity
bet, like,
hands.
3.5
Yeah.
bigs.
I wanna bet that,
think
I
we
wanna bet the
wanna-
turn.
I like the way you're thinking about that, Vivian. I don't know.
Well, let's see what the solver says, though. I could be wrong. I could still want to bet most of our
Yeah.
range because the deuce doesn't change, so our range is still ahead. So it might want to be better
Yeah,
with. So it
because
depends-
turn
Yeah,
is
I
a
mean,
break
right.
for both of us.
I'd have bet larger flop, check turn.
Yeah, I think that since the 2 doesn't change the range just too much, that we can double barrel at a higher frequency. So we might
So we're
be
still
betting.
range advantage on the turn from our side.
Yeah.
And our particular hand benefits from a bet.
We don't have much range advantage anymore.
No,
On the turn.
Yeah, but he folded out a lot already, so you don't have a lot of range.
We never size up on the flop, huh?
Nope, so it range bet
Perfect.
small on the flop and this is a size up on the turn.
yay,
65%.
and some checking, both are right.
Makes
Check
sense.
or bet small, or bet
Wait,
big,
check or bet small on the
oh,
turn?
bet big, 65.
Like- Like,
Yeah, you gotta bet
like,
big on.
like 6 big blinds?
How many big blinds in the mid? No, 6 big blinds is too much. You wanna bet 65%, so,
Okay, so that's,
It's about 5 blinds.
5.5.
yeah. fine.
Yeah, it's about 6. Doesn't matter that much.
Okay. Do we?
Then you got
we
a
don't
fold with a
Fire the
jam.
turn, so we should probably fire this turn. But. We
He
get pushed
does.
around,
Well,
6 is 70%, so it's not much less.
So if you fire any jams, you gotta fold, right?
mm,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we're super deep and he's not gonna,
So that's why I just realized my equity in those spots.
I use like Merky bij folds too much.
Mix.
Eco. Sam. Please. Alright. You open a 7.
Fold.
That's good. A7 suited there.
Oh,
Any suited ace.
Thinking
This
this
is a
is a
fold.
fold.
I
Yeah,
think
we're
fold.
too shallow.
Worst aces, so.
Like that fold.
What do you guys do with ace 10?
Not
We-
fold.
Against the 3-bet.
I call the ace 10 suited here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3-bet is small, I would call.
What do you guys do with ace 5 suited? That's the true question.
Fold.
Call. Probably rejams.
Anyone going all in with ace 5 suited here?
In
not in this-
theory, yes.
not in this
But
spot
in
in
the
the
real
game.
game, no.
Chippy V I would, but not here, I'm not.
23.6.
Hmm.
I look up the
Yeah.
20. Was the undergun versus button?
The population not 3-betting enough for us to go all in with ace 5 suited, I guess.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
right,
Yeah.
especially since we open early.
I'm
position,
calling.
like,
Calling
I'm
ace
going
5
all
suited.
in here with ace 5 and ace
They're
queen.
not 3-betting us light.
For
Ace
25
five
bigs, you
is
can
clean.
go all in with ace 7, Louis.
He's doing it with ace 7.
Yeah.
Ace 7, yeah, feels bad. The wheel. I
Yeah,
get
it always confuses me when the solver, jams these ace 7, ace 8s instead of the wheel ones, the ace 5s, ace 4s.
Yes.
I
Yep.
don't get it.
Louis, tell me, why are you going all in with ace 5 suited in this spot? Because you know yourself that population is not 3-betting enough for us to be profitable.
Because I believe population is 3-betting more than ever now.
Oh, man.
More than ever, they're not 3-betting enough. They
Not
don't,
in my
they don't
game.
find enough bluffs. But they are 3-betting more and more. Pre-flop charts are available for everybody.
That's true.
And yeah, and I'm sorry, you guys might not have 4-bet bluffs yet, but I need to have some. And you know what happens when I 4-bet all in with ace 5 and the guy has pocket queens?
You fold.
I almost always get an ace.
Oh, that works.
You don't almost always get an ace, but I
Almost
have been
always get
getting,
an ace.
That
I have
is,
been getting 4-bet more, so you can't just win games by just 3-bet, C-bet as much as you could like a couple years ago. Be like, oh, I know how to 3-bet.
So
Yeah, people-
this
you
might be
gotta have
where I'm
some
losing my
4-bet.
shirt,
It's about
but I really like
35%
this
of the
play right
time.
now. Ace
You
5.
gotta
I,
do
I
betting.
just checked that. I just checked their stats of 3-bet. It's 8 or 9% only, and I just cannot do.
No, if
I
it's
can do
8,
that.
it's fine. If it's
Lower
8 or
on my,
9, it is
but I-
fine. It is, he has bluffs. If
If
it's like
it's 5, then fold.
6 or 5 or less, it's like not fun.
What's the percentage of an ace flopping? 17?
What? It's 70, yeah.
17, right?
70.
It's,
No,
yeah,
no, no.
68% and 87% is the all-in bets.
What is the odds of a ace coming on the flop? 17%, right?
Depends on what you have, Chris.
Actually, hang
Well,
on.
if you hold an ace, it's probably like 18, 19%.
Then
There are more ace
If
high
you-
boards in this
You have
game
3
than
outs.
anything else. I can't remember the exact percentage, but
3
I
times
think
3 times 2.
it's gonna be like, if we look at ace high boards,
If you rip the ace all in, then you're seeing 5 cards. So you have 5 cards to see an ace. So you have
True.
like a 25 to 30% chance of sucking out on
No,
the kings.
2 times 5
I-
times 2.
I-
25.
You have pocket kings. Here comes the flop. What are the odds of an ace coming? 17%.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, if you
20%
called your
or
mother
so.
and you took your dog for a walk, it's like 98%.
Yeah. Well, for me, I know it's 100, but for everybody else, I think it's 17 is the number, is it
I
not?
think 22% chance of
I
an
would
ace high
guess around
board.
20%.
Somebody ought to look that up because I'm curious. Because if you have queens, it's
Oh, look at
34%,
that,
ace or a king comes, right?
20 big blinds, I'm folding 7-6 suited.
What do you guys do here with 7-6 suited?
I gotta
Anybody
see
raise
if I
it?
can look it up.
Alright,
Fold.
Raise.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
raising.
I'm folding.
If you're
No,
holding
you gotta play-
king,
you
it's
gotta play.
22%.
That's a fold.
Bottom of range.
What's up, DZ?
I see him. No good.
What's up? I just looked it up, Chris. It's 22% when you're holding pocket kings.
22.
22% of an ace high board.
Sam, you're the worst.
Guys, why are you talking about it?
Call.
Lacko.
Ooh,
Whoa, yeah, we got a set.
fancy. Oh my
Fold.
god,
Fold,
fold, huh? Yeah,
fold.
yeah. Easy fold.
Call,
Call? Yeah,
We were-
sure.
for sure.
I think we were double dominated.
Man, I'm so tempted to check raise. I would have check raised heads up, but the guy bets half pot in the two people.
And
Which
the
is
button
probably
call.
really a thing. I still might wanna raise.
I maybe fold even here.
There's no way you wanna raise it, Ken, come on.
No.
I am not raising. I think
This is
it's
a
all
call or a
one.
fold. I think it's a call because we have.
I think the
backdoor
guy's
flush
over.
and the
I
backdoor
think the guy
straight.
C betting bricked. I think the guy on the button's hopeful.
I
I
don't
think
think
you might
he's
get a lot of
hopeful.
checks on the turn, so I think this is a call.
Yeah,
Okay, go.
Yeah, I'm
go
getting
goes
that
for the
kind of
fold. Yeah, dicey turn, right? But you know,
Let's,
You have to bet and there's 6, 7, 8 on board with three
yeah, I
clubs.
think we have too many outs to fold there. Not sure.
No, I
Tricky
don't,
scenario.
If we
Check.
didn't have the backdoor
don't
flush, I'd
know if the
probably
same is
fold.
good, so.
so we have to call that bet.
We're already folded the flop.
Yeah, I'm saying, but if we had called, we would have had to call. Were we gonna check raise the turn?
How do you guys play queen nine here?
It's a V pip. It's a call.
yeah, I call.
Anybody three bet?
Sometimes, yes.
It can be.
On the
I
button?
think I three bet ace nine and king nine, but not queen nine.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I don't know, but queen nine, I sometimes do.
Button. Oh, this is gonna be, is this a multi-way? No. It's just heads up, button, cut off, hijack, low jack, button versus low jack. So button versus raise versus low jack.
I don't three bet this against the low jack,
Well,
but they
I thought
should.
it would be sometimes. And there it is.
Yeah, if his bottom opening is tens, then we can three bet the nines.
You can also mix calls here.
But yeah, it's V pip.
Do you guys like this open?
I think we are in ICM world.
1,
Oh,
2, 3.
I think
Yeah,
it's fine, but
Yeah, it's a good open.
yeah.
low jack.
It's okay.
Yeah, low jack.
Button, cut off,
Sounds-
hijack, low jack. You guys
Yeah.
open this from the low jack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's too loose.
It's close. I think I open.
Oh, no, okay, it's in there. Bottom of range.
somebody jam squeezed. Is that what happened?
You mean the previous hand?
Yeah, on the previous hand, I just didn't see, it just flew by fast.
We see about the, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, let's play this one out. They called.
I thought it was folded.
No, no. We flop
Sure.
open ended, we bet,
they raise,
got shot with an over.
we got a call. Oh, we
Huh.
got a call. I call there.
Louis, can you run this
Oh,
hand
yeah.
in the sim?
Can't call.
He folded.
Don't know.
Freeway has default ranges for finding the range. I have to figure it out.
Is there any part of checking also? What do you think, guys?
Yeah, against his condensed flatting range, it's gonna be tough to think our king is a clean out.
I think we have to check indeed. Yeah, we have a good shot. Maybe we can bet sometimes.
So right now we don't have any UTG spot on
Yeah,
the table.
what? This is not, this is like a button cut off hijack. This is low jack. Instead of low jack, I use hijack.
Okay.
So it's
Why?
almost the same thing because I have the sim for it.
Oh, okay.
So like if we look at range, this is like the hijacks range. So
Good
very
one.
similar to low jack, right? And then the calling range, damn it. Is also gonna be very similar to this. At 20 big blinds, we're gonna slow play aces and kings a lot, so they're in the calling range. And as we see here on Jack nine deuce rainbow, we do not have a betting range on this board, and that's what I thought. I thought we shouldn't see bet there.
True.
So.
And then when we play it correctly, oh, there's a
Yeah.
sliver, so at least we can look at what it does when we play it incorrectly.
It's gonna
When we
be
play it
tough.
correctly, do we check call or we check raise this flop?
I would check raise with the backdoor flush, not with the offsuit.
Okay.
Check bet, check raise. We could, but it's really thin. Whereas with the backdoor flush, also thin. We're not really check raising with this. We're
Okay,
check
check call.
calling. So anyway, we bet small. We face a raise. Yeah, we're just torching equity. And we should sometimes mix calls because they're better. They're
Yeah,
really,
just fold.
but it depends on what we think of our opponent. If we think he's blasting more than a sim here. Sim is 30% of range, so some opponents are gonna be out of line, so. If we think our opponent is more out of line than a sim, we can call.
No,
You don't think so, right?
I think he's less out of line than the sim.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna be trying to realize his equity for as little as possible with 20 bigs left, right? So
I agree. So he's gonna raise less, so we should probably mix folds or.
We only needed 20% equity, right? We got a call.
You're out of position and you have only a gut shot.
And an overcard. That's gonna lose.
May
against
be
his
good
10
or
pin.
may not be good.
Yeah,
You're in a guessing game. I like to fold there.
now we fold.
Oh. So how many hands are there before the end here? Forward 400?
There's 200 more hands at least.
Alright.
I'm gonna
300.
take off. This was awesome. I will see you guys on Wednesday.
Oh,
Yep,
it's the third draft.
I gotta go play.
Alright,
good luck, guys.
Good luck,
luck.
Chris.
All
Knock
right.
him out.
See you Wednesday, guys.
thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
And just like that, you're done?
I'm not done yet, are you?
This is 5-parter.
I don't know what.
Oh,
part.
they were just leaving. I got it.
What would you do with the eights here?
Call,
Yeah.
Nines,
call.
tens?
Oh my
Raise.
god. I
Tens
wanna
might
know.
mix.
I
Look
think
up the
five's
range of
call,
players.
but you're definitely shoving
are
like
you mixing,
nines,
Mr. Nip?
eights.
Maybe a tens.
Oh
You,
my
you've
God.
seen
I
how.
think
You're
eights,
pure-
eights is a shove.
pure
Eights is a
jamming
shove
versus
already.
I think you know better
hijack.
than me, so.
I don't know. I'm guessing you have some calls versus low jack here, but you're ripping this. This is a good rip versus the
Man, you're gonna have
hijack.
trouble versus UTG range. UTG range is just gonna eat you up.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised. You can jam a lot.
Let's see what
Not
we got.
EGG, yeah.
This is low jack.
Oh,
Small
yeah.
blind or are we not?
We're
Small
small.
blind versus low jack.
Eights, I think it will be ripping.
For 20 bigs, you raised
Yeah.
Sevens.
you ripped almost. Yeah. 25 now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fives and sixes. Mix some calls.
Are we like final two tables or something yet?
Yeah,
You're
but
ripping
you are,
sevens.
there is ICM pressure indeed.
I don't know. Maybe you can tell us 400 hands on 600. How far are we on ACR?
Late rebuy.
I mean, it's, I think it's
Later
further
is
than
still
that. Like
open.
it depends how long the final table goes for, really.
Yeah, but there are less players on the table a lot of the time. So there's probably
I think we're kind of close because the final
Last-
tables often last a long time. So probably final three tables or something.
final four.
Final four after 400 hands. I don't
Well,
know.
you're also six-handed, so it's gotta be less than.
It's
final.
rebuy, Louis. Yeah.
Is somebody gonna bust quick so we know? We can short scope him
No
and see how he
fold
scored.
pairs.
There's
Aces.
no
Yeah, aces.
players added, so it's
What do you
think
guys
it's
do here? Oh, I don't like this at all. What do you guys do here?
Flat.
Because personally,
fine.
I'm always just calling here.
I like.
Yeah,
calling first.
flatting 100%.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna check raise his C bet on the flop.
Okay,
It got him more
Oh.
money this time, but if he was bluffing, then you fold out all his bluffs.
we found a good opponent here because I
Yeah.
think if we look at charts here, this is always just gonna be a flat, right?
Maybe.
he has only 11 behind.
You don't
us, so
think?
it's one pot bet.
I'm
so.
not sure. I
Might
like
be
playing
just a
here.
rip. Like 15 bigs, 20 bigs,
20
You start at 15, right?
against all
Yeah.
bet.
20 bigs
Don't
rip,
have that.
25 bigs call.
Okay, so this is. Goes as an all in. I got you. It's probably Pete. Okay,
Take a look
so
at it at 15.
the chart says fine. Well, at 15, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be
Yeah, I
even
just,
more
just, I
than-
just wanted to.
Oh,
look
I
at it.
thought we were
25
talking
is
about what
all.
ace queen is supposed to do.
It's n-
Ace
unexistent.
queen's supposed to rip.
Yeah, but the charts are 3-betting bigger, so that's also a problem.
You shouldn't have any three bets at 15.
For 25, you can call.
Okay, so it's a good jam.
Close.
Why are you waiting to fold?
He was
Three
trying
bet?
to see if we were gonna 3-bet bluff or something, or 4-bet jam, who knows?
Did we stack Jose or did we not stack him? Did he rebuy? Remember playing with him.
Yeah,
This guy also had 10 big blinds when we played with him. What happened?
People donated.
See, but small, I like that. We need to size up on this turn 20. Do you guys like to check here?
I wouldn't bet
Oh,
20,
I would always bet 20.
I wanna look it
more
up.
than half my stack, so that's a bit silly. I
we can
think.
get
Like,
33
There's
in
so
there.
much fun, funky stuff that happens in the Sims that I'm like, wow, there's so much fun. Like, it very well might check there.
I would always bet the turn. With the ace of
Yeah.
diamonds, we pick up equity. This is a
Yeah.
monster.
I think about like
What
half-
would be your size, Louis, on the turn?
20.
20 bigs.
Then you leave
20.
yourself
And I
13.
would exactly, that's exactly what a solver would do. Some weird sizing that no one would expect. Just pay
Why
my
not to
20.
shove the
No, no,
turn?
just pay the 20 big blind. We'll see later.
Okay.
That's what it
It
means.
20 leaves you a weird size on the river.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Sometimes it doesn't matter that much indeed, it's true.
They don't care about the
I
weird
think I
size
like the
left.
raise here. What do you guys like do here? Ace three off.
fold.
Yeah,
Ace
well,
5 is an open.
You
you
fold?
can use blockers
Oh.
in the ICM environment. It's
Oh,
good.
there's a nine, there's a reshove stack directly behind you and you're too deep to play ace three.
No.
I kinda like, opening a little wider when you're that deep. You can just apply a lot of pressure to these guys.
Yeah, I like that.
So guys, let's say we have 2 tables left, isn't that right? Right now.
Okay.
About, yeah, so we have 50 big steep stack. Are we still using GTO opening charts or we are tightening up a little bit?
We're not tightening it up. We're
Because big stack is
loosening it
not
up. We're
Loo-
trying to put
loosen up, yeah.
ICM pressure to him.
Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. I just not used to deep stacks on final tables.
You can more before the final table.
How much did you win this weekend, Maxi?
Well, for the 4th place, it was $370.
Man, very nice, man, for $4.
Yeah.
How many
it was
players?
something. Yeah, 1,800.
Oh my
it was.
goodness, that's a huge field. Well done, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well done.
thank you.
Even
But
recent-
there was really loose guys on the table. I just literally was blinding it out but still fourth place not bad for that.
Very nice, man. We're gonna review it if you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, that would be nice.
Gotta get those micros. They are so printing money.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
the worst hand you guys call with here?
Isn't this a call?
No,
Ah, no, it feels bad to call with ICM here,
yeah. Can't rip wide, so I wouldn't call.
but it's so close, right? So I'm asking, what's
Yeah,
the
it's
worst
kinda
ace
close.
offsuit? What's the worst ace offsuit you call here?
Ace
Sam, you
jack.
might be calling too much.
I think ace jack, I would call.
I am not calling too much on the mix.
We're in the button. Yeah, ace jack, I think is a call against it.
Ace
How
ten, you
wide
call?
he- because,
ten
yeah,
I
because
fold.
it seems like he's got a three bet against our wide range.
It's 18 big blinds.
Yeah, but the chips are worth less, the once you win, so that's the reason I would knit up calling.
Yeah, ace jack is probably gonna have 10% of aces. Ace 10 and ace 9 is gonna be profitable, but probably not at 10% of aces.
Ace queen definitely. I think ace jack and ace ten is a fold.
So you guys hear echo earlier when I turned on the mic, huh?
Yeah,
Profit.
Yeah,
No.
profit, I knew it, ace jack is a pure call.
no, because if you look at what makes
Your
10% of
fault.
aces, it would be 0.19 here, 0.2.
Did you run ICM with ICM, Louis?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Just asking.
So this
Can
should
it-
actually be our calling range.
Yeah, ace queen is
even ace queen?
cut off.
So some people say
Ace
5%
queen,
and some
not,
people
not
say
even ace queen
10%.
off. And
Yeah,
I thought.
I thought
ace
it
queen
was
off would be
5% of aces.
Ten
Or
percent of
no,
aces.
Oh,
What's the derivation of the
what should
10% of
our
aces
opening
rule?
range be then?
yeah, because I've heard 5% in some other videos. They just say 5% of aces.
This is the newest thing we learned. Aces, 10%.
We're
of
opening
aces.
And we're-
34%
Yeah, sure, we're the button, man. With the
and
big stack,
calling how much?
4%.
Calling 4%.
Yeah,
We can get shit on a little bit there.
no,
I mean, he could literally just jam anything on us, dude.
no.
He cannot
do it
because he has
live,
to
man.
worry about the guy who actually closed the action.
Also, and
What
if
does
you
his
call them,
jamming
we
range
dominate
look
them.
like?
The chips he wins are worth less than the chips he loses, so he can't do shit.
Let's see if he three bets like, something that makes sense because his three bet range was like, very fancy here. So let's see. Oh, 100 million.
So what
What's
happened
the,
yesterday? I jam a hand that barely made like $1 profit on the
E,
button.
did it get through?
What's the
No,
reasoning?
the
behind-
button called me with like the
That-
bottom of the range.
That's why you know it's, you know, when it didn't go well, it's because the guy ran the hand.
What's the reasoning behind the 10% of aces rule?
Cause you wanna make a little bit more and people don't jam wide enough. So you wanna call just a little bit tighter.
I mean,
It's
I'm
just
just saying,
a-
but where does the number 10% come from other than a video? I mean, what's the reasoning behind it? Anybody know?
It's just a buffer. I think it like cleans up the bottom of the range by like a pip or so.
It's
Okay.
a CB buffer,
CB?
a CB buffer.
Safety factor, whatever technical term.
Ben
to
CB
Give
buffer.
yourself a little
CB
wiggle
buffer.
room.
So here it would be ace queen off, ace jack suited, pocket tens. So our worst ace we need to call off with is ace queen.
Because you know the 10% rule.
We
means that
need to
you're
fold
better
ace
player.
jack here because
You have an
it's
actual 10%.
really marginal. It's a winning call, but it's marginal.
What assumptions did you just change, Louis, that made? because
Well, he
before at
was,
the eight, we were
he
folding ace
was,
queen.
he was three betting all kinds of funky stuff. So I made him three bet just these hands. We selected and which made more sense.
And then the
and-
queens went from a fold to a call.
Yeah.
I mean, the ace queen.
Yeah, but you had
Okay,
too
good.
many bluffs, sir.
Alright, good. So my intuition was right.
Did you,
Yeah,
is he
it's
jamming like
close.
ace five off?
He
Some
was,
players do, some
he
not.
was. He was like having some kind of stuff here, suited sixes that made no sense, that no one would do.
And yet it made our ace queen a worse call.
The wider
Our-
they're
our
jamming,
ace
the less
queen,
you wanna
when we
call with the
remove like
unpaired hands.
bluffs, it become a better call.
No, because the ace queen was a fold before.
Yeah, and now it's a
Yeah.
better call.
Versus a wider
Because
range.
now we
ace
dominate
queen and
more
ace
stuff
king,
now.
you don't wanna have,
Dominate a lot.
they perform poorer versus a wider range.
And
But
Oh.
pairs perform better versus the wider range.
That's so weird.
2 live cards bar poker rule.
I don't believe it's weird.
I mean, I understand it now, but I would have thought the opposite. You said, if you told me that he's jamming a wider range, I would have thought, well, then ace queen is a better call against a wider range than a
Ace-
tighter range.
Yeah, versus like king
Goes with
six,
more queens, yes.
they're more likely to win against your ace queen, but if you have nines, then king six is doing way worse.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's close, I mean, it's not that big a deal if you call with ace queen.
So alright, it's been like 3 hours now.
All right.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go eat lunch and, yeah,
Bon appetit.
thank you.